Alright, so I got a bit more of this done. Got the fuel lines in. I was going to record them, but it was at the end of my last video and the camera died and both my batteries were dead, so I just kind of progressed on without doing it. Or without recording it. But anyway, so I have all the lines in. The little hold down clamps, or bolts for the clamps for the injectors, those get torqued to 18 foot-pounds. So all these little ones are 18 foot-pounds. The tubing nuts are 22 foot-pounds. All these intake plate here, runner, whatever it is, these are all 18 foot-pounds as well. So something kind of weird. I guess this engine, well, it's an 03, but in the back there is a you got that lift bracket right here, and on the right side of my 05 it has a stud that comes off of the bolt and then a nut on top for the number 6 injector clamp or little bracket right there. This doesn't have it, so I'll have to get either the newer bolt or just leave it kind of tipped up like that, because it doesn't, there's nowhere to bolt it down, because like I say, it goes into that bolt. So I'll probably end up just getting that specific bolt so I can use that clamp and get the extra support. So I don't know if it was something that became an issue over time that they upgraded it. So I got this newer fitting here. So I got a new fuel rail. I got that from Gino's Garage. They had a sale on them, and I changed out all the little O-rings on the washers for the banjo bolts. This one I believe is, what is it, 22 foot-pounds, and then the smaller ones I think are 18 foot-pounds. I don't know if you can see them. The smaller ones on the return of the filter houser at 18 foot-pounds, and then 18 on these ones up here on the fuel pump. So there's that. Put a new filter in. So I'm going to end up getting this so I can crank it. I'm probably not going to put fluid and everything in there. I just want to get it so it'll crank and start first, and then I'll finish the front here, because I gotta do something about this. It's got all kind of torn up with the guy that I got it from, and then the bolts kind of rusted into those nutserts, so I'm gonna have a problem with them. So I might have to like weld a plate on here, or just make some different holes in this top bracket here to bolt it down. I mean, this one right here ain't really so much of an issue. I think I can just tuck my finger in there and put a nut on the back side. But like over here, these ones, that one will probably be a problem. And I think these, I mean, he backed them all out halfway and left them there, and now they're all kind of rusted in place halfway out. So I'm gonna have to get that all working again, and yeah, get the alternator on and that other stuff. But I mean, it's coming together pretty well. The engine's, like I say, almost done. I just got to get this hose here. I'm going back and forth between getting the actual steel tube that tucks out and comes up. The automatics have it's like a Y tube, and it goes around the back to the transmission cooler, the water transmission cooler on the back. This is a manual, so it didn't have that. It just kind of went over and came out and up. But they seem to rust out over there by the turbo, because it gets so hot. So I'm debating on just getting the hard line, because this one here that came up from here and went over about halfway, that one was fine. It was that one over there that was pretty rusty. So, but I got some stainless braided line to put in there, and I was just going to come out from here and bring it up, and then run it along the top, and then come out and tuck into there, or run it somewhere. I haven't exactly decided on where I want to do it, but I'm kind of toying in my mind. I was wondering if the steel line is more durable than the stainless braided line. I imagine it is, but like I said, I don't know which way I'm going to go. So, I mean, basically, all I really got left over here is just to put the intake on and tuck up the wiring here. I don't think I'm going to bolt the intake down just yet. I think I'm going to keep it loose. So when I go to prime it with oil, I'm going to keep the injector plugs out, and I'm going to crank it until I can see oil coming out up at the rockers, and then I'll know oil's gotten its way up here. Then I can plug the stuff in and try to start it. So yeah, I still have to flush the tank out. I gotta imagine I'm gonna have some crap in there because it's been sitting for about 3 years. So I'm gonna probably run it off of like a fuel can first, just to get it running. And then when I take the bed off to put this new bed on, I'm gonna clean out the fuel tank, and I'm going to sandblast the frame and paint it, just to kind of get it all done while it's off. I mean, the frame ain't really too bad. There's a little bit of rust like here and there, but it's not anything like through. It's just kind of surface rust, but basically from the cab up, it's in like pretty good shape. And the cab actually, rust-wise, is in pretty good shape, except for a couple of spots here or there that are problems. But like I said, I think I'm going to eventually change the cab out because it's got some damage on the back that I don't feel like messing around with, because it's a roof skin. It's a roof skin, and it's the back window, and that's the back. See right below the window, it's kind of rippled. So I think something fell on it or something went through the window, but it's all Bondo up there that I didn't notice when I bought it. And then, like I say, it's the back here is all banged up, and I'm pretty sure that this window's leaking. And then getting a little bubble through here. So, I mean, it's only a matter of time. And it's my opinion, because the amount of money for rocker panels and stuff, I think to get good panels, you're going to spend probably $500-600 on just the panels, and then you got to put them in and paint it. Obviously, you still cannot get the floor sill panel, which is the one that tends to rot out. It's the one on the back side that comes straight down. You can't get those anymore, and the aftermarket hasn't started making them, and I don't know if they're gonna start making them, but I've been kind of searching for them for quite a while because I wanted them for my other truck, but I'm gonna have to make something for that, because apparently, I say, I'm not gonna end up finding them unless they start making them next year. But yeah, so it's I'm probably $500-600 in just panels for my other one that then I have to put in and take the time to put in. But a cab is only like $750. I mean, I'd have to drive down south to get one, but I say, I get the cab, and it would probably take me a week or two. I mean, conservatively, to put the panels in. I mean, they go in, it probably wouldn't take, I mean, I figure about a week. Because you got to cut them out, cut them all out here, and then I got to do cab corners and stuff. These ones are actually all pretty good, but so the amount of time it takes to do it, it's, I think, just as easy to swap the cab. Too much to it. Like, you can get these dashes out in probably, I don't know, an hour, depending on how you do it. And these seats will come out in, I don't know, probably an hour as well. So really, you get some body bolts off the bottom and pull some harnesses down, and so you can get this cab stripped down actually fairly quickly, and then you just take it off, put the new one on. And the amount of time, like I say, it'll take, I'm pretty sure I can do it just as quickly swapping the cab than doing all the body work. And then I get a cab from the south that I don't have to worry about rust popping up someplace else. Because I was looking at the pricing too. The roof skin was like $400, and then the back door, I'd have to buy a cab, cut it all apart, and put it together, and put all the panels on this one. It just, that doesn't even make sense. So I mean, yeah, you could do that to save the VIN number, but if I get a VIN number if I get a cab from an actual licensed salvage yard, I can just put it on here, have it inspected, and then this becomes whatever it becomes. I don't know, they give me a VIN number, but like, at least that's what the state guy told me. But yeah, so that's kind of my opinion. I mean, I guess, or I could just buy a truck with a blown engine down there and bring it up and put this engine in it. I mean, I'd like a southern truck. It kind of, anybody who lives in the Northeast or in the rust areas know what it's like to have a vehicle with no rust, and I want one with no rust. And I don't want to spend 70 grand on a new one. I'd like a new one. I don't want the headaches that come with a new one, and like I say, don't want to spend the money for a new one. So it's kind of what I'm doing. So eventually you'll probably see me swapping the cab on this, but like I said, I got the bed. The bed, obviously, I mean, it's not a southern bed, but it's in pretty good shape. The beds aren't too expensive. I had the bottom sandblasted, and I painted it with Southern Polyurethane's epoxy primer. This is a pretty good primer. You ain't gonna see because it's dark, but it's all cleaned up down there. So anyway, I got to keep looking at my other one to tell where the wiring goes, because I don't want to tuck it wherever. So pretty much what I got left over here is I got the intake, put the wiring where it needs to go, kind of tie this up. It's just like kind of loose ends. Put the accelerator pedal thing back up here, and then put the power steering pump back on. And then we do the alternator, figure out what I'm going to do with the coolant line. And then, yeah, the lower radiator hose. And then I got to repair this, tuck it, or repair this pot up here for it to go. Put the radiator in, and the intercooler. I have to get an air conditioner condenser, and I got to get a new air conditioner compressor later on. I'm not going to worry about that now. I say it's kind of a project. I'm not going to have it done this year, so I just want to get it running so I can move it around. And I want to get it running so I can get oil and stuff all pumping through, because I don't like the bare block. I mean, you get condensation and humidity and stuff in there, and then the metal starts to rust. But if you get it coated with oil, then it doesn't really rust so much. So that's why I'm kind of trying to get this together real quick. So yeah, so I can kind of get it covered in oil. So anyway, I'm gonna continue on with that. This is an earlier one, so it's got the ground strap on it. So got these gaskets. I think these are the gaskets for it. It's the only ones that kind of make sense. And then I'll put the intake on. Those get torqued to 18 foot-pounds. And then some of this wiring here, this stuff here, gets tied up to the back of the intake. Here's the intake, it's tied up right to there. And then it goes on like that. And then yeah, so I'm just gonna plug away at it. Try to get it done as much as I can while it's still warm out, and see how it goes.